Hello, everyone. Welcome to this InvestGlass webinar. I'm Alexander. I'm the CEO of InvestGlass. What you are going to watch today is how to set up your very own Swiss CRM tailored to your own needs. It's going to be quite short, only 20 minutes. We're going to go through InvestGlass best features and also what we learned from our existing customers, what they've done correctly, what they've done wrong, and how we improve them to make them faster and more efficient. So with no further ado, welcome again to InvestGlass presentation. We're going to look into InvestGlass CRM into three parts. First, how to set up your CRM, then how to import and collect data, then how to automate your CRM with AI. Thumbs up with the smile. So first, what's InvestGlass? InvestGlass is a Swiss-based solution, which means that we can guarantee you Swiss sovereignty. And then for the data residency, if you're running InvestGlass on our cloud, of course, the data is in Switzerland, in Geneva and Vaud Canton. But it can also be in DIFC server, in Singapore, Mauritius Island, on your very own servers. InvestGlass offers automation tools all over the customer journey, and we have pre-built designs that will show you for different business lines. Now, it's digital safe, it's Swiss. This means that we're going to automate everything from prospection to distribution. Today, of course, the topic is how to set up the CRM. We will be using a few tools here. We're going to use the onboarding. We're going to use the CRM, we're going to use the automation, and also a bit of the client portal. As you can see, we have other features that are running into the cloud. Now, what are the signs you need the CRM? Here you see the 8 signs. Usually it's a question of data, but it's also a question of scalability. But it can also be a question of design. We want to make sure that your experience of collecting data with InvestGlass is going to be as friendly as possible for your colleagues, but also for your prospects and customers. Now, the benefits, of course, is scalability. With InvestGlass, you'll go faster into scaling the data collection and, of course, the different processes around sales, around incident or opportunity management. Now, let's talk about tailoring your CRM. To tailor your CRM, first, you need to envision what is the structure of your data. We have different objects with InvestGlass. We have contacts, Paul, Maria, Leah. Those contacts can be regrouped in a family that we call a relation. A relation can also be a company, can be also a trust. It's basically a collection of contacts. On the top of it, usually we have accounts, which can be connected to your accounting software, but also to your portfolio management tool. And therefore, those portfolio will be then connected to those accounts. What you need also to look into before you start using InvestGlass is few definitions of concepts, such as tags, which are going to be used to tag, for example, a preference, pipeline, which will segment a process in stages, invoice that you're going to share with your customers, contracts that your customers are going to sign, opportunity, which are going to represent what you want to sell, and incidents, the problems you're looking to solve in a limited period of time. Now, InvestGlass is a sophisticated tool. So you have the possibility inside InvestGlass to update the CRUD, create, read, update, delete, which means who is going to see what. This means that you can set up to your prospects different types of rights. I would say more to your colleagues, different types of rights to look into your prospects, your customers, the records, Leo, Maria, but also some specific fields, first name, last name, address, MRZ, passport, date of birth. This can be set up very easily and will make your data even more secure inside your organization. Now, to import your data with InvestGlass, we have different means. The first way is to import a CSV or an Excel spreadsheet directly from the import system that you know. The second is to use the API of InvestGlass. We have a modern documentation, and you can bring your data that is trapped into different islands of data. Will be coming from core banking systems, from legacy systems of SharePoint or Microsoft or Google. Next, the idea is to make your CRM friendly. So to tailor it, you must make sure that you're only showing the data that you want to show. Like this, your sales are going to focus only on places that are relevant. Okay. And now with InvestGlass, you have this possibility to drag and drop different elements to create your very own CRM with the view that you want to use for your sales and the rest of the team. Now, to collect data, you have different ways. First, you have to envision what are the different steps of collection of the data, because at every steps of the journey from a prospect to a customer, and even if you offboard a customer because of GDPR and equivalent regulations, you have to envision what you're going to do. Okay? We have different journeys that we can share with you, so don't hesitate to contact us. We'll share with you these different types of journeys that are more or less complex based on what you're looking to achieve. Of course, you have to forecast also what will be the future of data remediation. So how you will collect the data, particularly if you're an insurance company, a bank, or a government, and you need to change this data on a frequent basis, how are you going to collect this data? You have also to plan the data. So during 365 days of a year, how are you going to actually interact with your customers? What type of data you want to collect just to facilitate the interaction? Mobile phones. Do you want to use templates? Do you want to use a campaign marketing tools of InvestGlass? Those are things that you have to write down on the paper before you actually start tailoring your CRM. And then the question is, who is going to collect it? Do you want to use this client portal to let your prospects push you some content, or do you want to collect the data from them? You can also have an hybrid where you will collect piece of the data and your customers will collect the rest. This is possible because InvestGlass has a client portal, which is fully customizable. So for each segment, you will be asking the right questions. But be careful, because this data collection should be short, maximum 5 minutes for a mobile phone, 10 to 15 for a tablet. And if your customers are used to go on board, or are used to do their onboarding with a computer, you can reach up to 20 minutes. Yes, you have to be very careful about to keep it short, but be sure that you keep also data mandatory if it's needed, because it can go fast, but if 6 months down the road you have a lot of KYC remediations, you will have another bottleneck in 6 months down the road. To leverage this data collection, InvestGlass has fantastic tools. First, you can collect data from Proforma, like the WX. This will fill in the forms automatically. But we also have some fantastic partners on FIDO, Open Sanctions, which will help you to enrich the KYCs, enrich the CRM with some data that will be updated automatically. And this is very precious because, of course, what's important is not only the data that you collect, but also the data that will be scheduled to be updated, right? Is it a match? Yes, no. IML sanction? Yes, no. This is what InvestGlass is going to help you to do. Now, we have also pre-built packages, which will help you to speed up the CRM filling, and a digital signature, which will help you to sign documents or collect some consent from abroad. All the data then goes to the process of an approval process. So this is also a very useful tool if you're looking to remove all this back and forth of emails, to use the approval process inside the CRM. All this is possible because InvestGlass has an automation tool. Automation to create folders, to create incidents, to route, for example, to your colleagues that are in the office, an opportunity, an incident. To grant an access portal once you want to let your prospects push their content to you. Of course, when you have volumes, we have this fantastic capacity workflow management tool, which will actually help you to route the right opportunity, the right next task to the right employee that is available. What are the tools of sales? First, we have a goal-based engine. So you can set up goals based on added pipelines, the progress of the pipeline, or one pipeline. Set the duration and track the metrics based on the value or how many goals or how many tasks or how many pipelines have been achieved. This is super powerful and it will help you to reach your targets. Then pipeline. Pipeline is very important because it will help you to calibrate what you expect to do. And here you can see that InvestGlass has a rich system. So you can trigger contact report automatically, point one. You can allow the stage to be changed only by specific people. This is number two. And you see here in number three, I decided that only managers can change this pipeline stage. And number four, I can also use a reason. This is super easy, very convenient if you have teams speaking different languages or if you have teams reluctant to write contact report notes, because they will just, once changing the stage, select the reason, save it, done. Point number five, you can have automatic reminders with active monitoring, which will escalate, here point number six, to the administrator of the sales team if a stage is actually stuck, okay, churn or just idle in this current stage. Here are what I suggest you. First, keep a consistent lead flow. Have discipline. Have a process. We can help you for that. The team of InvestGlass knows very well what works and what does not work. Work the entire pipeline and don't give up. And most importantly, just be sure that you will keep your lead scoring always updated. Keep your stages to maximum 6 stages. And be careful of not filling in your pipe on stage 1. So many times we've seen some sales just arriving in a company and say, hey, I know everyone. Poof, they've just smashed the database. Stage number 1 is filled, and then there's no way you can actually deal with stage number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It won't be possible to close it. It's just a way to occupy the field, as we say in French. It's not the right way to do. Be careful, clean your CRM, clean your data. We have an automation also for GDPR, which is going to automatically remove the contacts after X numbers of days if the stage pipeline has not been executed correctly or if it's not, I would say, finished. Now, artificial intelligence and RAG. InvestGlass is now conducting a huge work on bringing the AI to more than convenience, to a business conscious. First, we have a system where we'll be able to select which LLM you want to run. Second, you can now with InvestGlass upload your documents, and InvestGlass will vectorize this document into a RAG, which means that InvestGlass AI will look into your existing contents to bring you answers to specific questions that you would ask. Here you see we can set up the agent with a description, an instruction, and select here as an MCP, your very own model. For now, it runs on cloud-based model. Later on, we'll have also Swiss-hosted LLMs. Last but not least, you can then use InvestGlass AI to help your sales, asking relevant questions and getting relevant answers. Thank you very much for watching this InvestGlass webinar. It was about tailoring your CRM. If you have any questions, please send us a message. Go to investglass.com. We have a chat where you can chat with our team. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you very much for your attention. I look forward to seeing you at our next webinar. Thank you.